Marketing for genre fiction is very different from literary fiction. It's not about people approving of you. It's not about getting the gatekeepers saying, this is spectacular and everybody should go out and buy it. And it's not about bestsellers. It's not really about how many reviews you get. Now the quality of reviews, that matters a lot. If you have just a couple of reviews and they're not good, that's not going to really serve you well. If that happens, you want to try really hard, I would assume, to get a lot of good reviews to make that up. But with commercial fiction, marketing is about making money, becoming a widely sold author, getting a name for yourself, having people understand what your brand is. If you have a series, they want to know what's to expect in this series, and maybe they'll just keep buying it. So it's more of a business, and it's a different attitude. And to write, if you've been writing literary and you decided, okay, I just want to actually make some money on writing, you have to completely change who you are, how you think, your tastes in literature, how you relate to the world, how you respond to your reviews. You become a different person, and vice versa, of course, if you're going to go from one to the next. If you have written literary before, you might not want to mention that. I don't mention that myself in my books generally. If I'm focusing on the suspense reader, anybody in the genres is very likely to dislike literary writers and literary writing. I'm sorry to say, it's just that's how it is. I've read countless crafts books, and how to write a damn good thriller, for example. With a book like that, you cannot expect the author to like literary fiction, and he absolutely does not. He has nothing positive to say about it. Nothing. And any kind of book with a title like that, they're not going to like it. And so if you say, this is my suspense book, and I've published all these literary books, or I got my MFA from Iowa, or, anything like that, they're like, I write poetry too. They don't want to know. They don't want to touch your book. So keep those separate. And it can be a little tricky if you have an Amazon page, author page that has a mix of the books. But whatever you're trying to promote now, gear it towards that. So I used to gear it towards literary. Now I gear it towards suspense. I'm not trying to sell my literary books anymore, and I don't care. That's so I do care about selling my suspense books. And so when you're switching personalities, it's great to just watch a lot of TV shows and movies and read books in the genres that you're working in, understand it and understand the mindset of these people as much as possible. When you get beta readers, get people who are interested in those genres. When you get editors, get people who have edited those genres. And don't try to combine the two. Now, my books are suspense, but they have a lot of literary elements, you could say. They're very intellectual. They're profound. They're really making people think. I call them thrills for thinkers. So, there is a literary element, but I don't promote it as such. And since I don't do that, people don't notice. And your persona of yourself can be different. If you are a literary writer, you can be goofy. You can be, just we get the sense of the person in their slippers at home, just being relaxed and having a good time with other authors. Really having fun with it because it's fun. You're doing it because you love it. And you're connecting with other writers because you love it. With genre fiction, you're going to want a more conservative approach. Now, not necessarily conservative as in conservative politics. Um, Literary writers absolutely are not conservative in politics. If you have conservative politics, beware of trying to join into the literary crowd. And I'm not saying this with a bias of one or the other. I'm neither. Um, but you will be ostracized if you don't think like the literary people all across the board when it comes to hot political topics. You're going to get you're going to get in trouble there. In the genre world, my sense is that there's not the same degree of political uniformity, and there are more people. There's more people to choose from. So some people are going to be more conservative. Some people are going to be more liberal. Um, and you want to speak to as wide range of people as you can, usually. But if your message is really strongly one way or another, let it be that, and you'll still have plenty of people who are interested. You also may get a few people, if you're not clear, you may get some people who read it, are upset, and leave negative reviews. So do be clear if you're right wing or left wing, and that comes out in your novel, let people know so they're not going to buy it and then be upset later after they've spent the money for it. We'll do another one in a second.